Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of GamesQuestions. So this week I'm going to start off with a EU and UK update for Vindication. I'm going to start off with retail orders first, and then we'll get into an actual fulfillment update. So for retail orders, there are two things. Firstly, we've had people reaching out asking if we are also Zatu. Just to confirm, we are not Zatu. Zatu are a completely different company. We're not too sure how this has started, but just to 100% confirm, we are not Zatu. Secondly, while we're talking about retail orders, we do not ship out any retail orders until after fulfillment for backers is complete. Backers are prioritised ahead of retail. If a retailer has copies of a game before fulfillment, we have not sent them, and we just want to confirm that we have not sent out any retail orders of Vindication. Now onto the actual Vindication fulfillment update itself. We are on the final hurdle and fulfillment will start on Friday. We'll be starting off with the pre-packed orders first. There's been a lot of different order combinations for Vindication to work out the packaging, and there's like a handful left, but we will be moving forward with fulfillment on Friday. So that is the latest update for Vindication. Okay, and with Vindication out the way, we're going to head over to the EU blog first, and to carry on answering the questions over there. Going to start off with Beast fulfillment in the EU first. We are still on the packaging options for the EU orders, and this is close to being done. Once that's complete, we'll pretty much be on final admin checks. Obviously, UK fulfillment has started, and if you're just wondering what the difference in packaging is, the laws are different in the EU, which require different materials to be used, which requires providing different options to the publisher with them materials. So yes, as always, we'll put an update on our Facebook page once EU fulfillment does start. But that is the latest update there. Also for Beast, I can see that Oliver has left a question on the blog this week about short-term address changes and when we're expecting to start fulfillment. Regarding the fulfillment start date itself, it is upcoming, but I don't have an expected start date on hand. What I can provide as an option for you is if you drop us a message on Facebook with the dates that you are going away, and we can provide further information to the options available to you there. So hopefully that is helpful, Oliver, and to all the other backers who are still waiting for fulfillment to start on the EU, just make sure to drop us a follow on one of our additional social media accounts. It's at GamesQuest on Twitter and Facebook, and at gamesquest.co.uk on Instagram. Next up, we have Isofarian Guard. So as some of you pointed out in the comment section, Isofarian Guard disappeared from the blog this week on the EU one. However, thanks to Sasha and Eva for noticing, we've now updated the list to re-include it on there, so apologies for that mistake there. However, the latest update for fulfillment is that it's currently being unloaded at port, and we're expecting it to arrive at the warehouse possibly tomorrow, as long as there's no delays. So if it has arrived on site by next week, it will then be listed under project area analysis, so just keep an eye out for that update next week on the blog. Next up, we have Incarnations. We have a few backers requesting an update on this, as it has been on fulfillment underway for a while now. So as of next week, it will be marked on the blog as complete, as we have currently fulfilled all the orders on the system. However, we are expecting more orders in the future, and we're just waiting for the publisher to place them on our system so we're able to ship them out. Next up, we have the Binding of Isaac. We have a few backers requesting a percentage update. I don't currently have that on hand today. However, we did publish a update on our social media channels on Monday, and EU was at 35%. We'll continue to post these across our social media channels while fulfillment does progress. You can also keep an eye on the Kickstarter campaign, where Maestro Media are also regularly posting updates there. So I would just recommend keeping an eye out for them in the meantime. And with the EU blog covered, we're now going to head over to the UK questions and see what's over there today. First off, we have DC deck building. As of this morning, we're now on final admin checks, which is the final stage before fulfillment. I'll leave a link below with an article of what's involved at this stage if you're interested and find out more there. Once final admin checks are finalised, DC deck building will then be ready for fulfillment. There are a few projects ahead of it in the meantime, such as we have Vindication starting on Friday, and we have Warline and Shogun and Sea of Havoc also upcoming. However, once it's ready for fulfillment, we'll be in a better situation to provide possibly whereabouts in the queue it's going to be. So apologies that I don't have that information on hand. However, that is the latest update for DC deck building, and I hope backers find that useful in the meantime. Okay, and with that out the way, we're going to head over to KAPOW. We have a question from Craig this week asking how fulfillment is progressing for KAPOW. So the latest update we have for that is we have the final 23 orders to ship. So they're picked and packed, and they're pretty much waiting to just be dispatched now. However, these are missing items from the first shipment. So we are expecting once the shipment has gone that KAPOW fulfillment will be 100% complete. Craig, in your comment, you've mentioned that you've not received any correspondence. So what I could recommend you to do in the meantime is if you just drop us a DM on our Facebook channel, that's at GamesQuest, and we can quickly check the status of your order on the system for you and see what's going on there. But yeah, that is the latest update for KAPOW, and I'll keep an eye out for your message in the meantime, Craig. Okay, and next up, following KAPOW, we have Blood and Plunder in the UK. So if you were a backer and you were affected by the SKU issue, which was to do with the activation deck and the deluxe book, the team are now shipping out the missing items for them. So if you are a backer, you will receive a dispatch email once your order has left the warehouse. Okay, and I believe that's all the project updates people are looking for this week. As always, if any questions have been missed off the blog or you need further clarification, please feel free always to reach out to us across one of our social media channels, and we'll provide what information we can there. And as always, the fulfillment blog will be back out on Tuesday, so make sure you get your questions in, and we'll be back next Thursday to answer them. And just a last reminder that if you're not following our social media channels, make sure to give them a follow to ensure you get all the latest updates for fulfillment. And until next time, hope you all have a good weekend, and bye.